We have called together the Sunday Roundtable, and joining us this morning are Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Ginny Buckingham. Great to see you guys. All right, guys, just curious, the Attorney General was with us this morning. We tried a couple of times to get her to say she's running for governor. She wouldn't say. Does she sound like a gubernatorial candidate? Marianne, let me start with you.
She sure looks like somebody who's in training camp for a long season and a big game at the end. It's what it looks like to me. But if the Maura Healey, the fearless point guard who ran and won the AG's race, is that same person running for governor, she could beat anybody. That's the reality of it, and she'll go from being the people's lawyer to the people's governor.
Ginny, as someone once told me, and I don't mean this to degrade anybody, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there were three things she said that made my ears perk up, and they were all very smart things that make me think she's getting ready. One is the framing of that economic pandemic is the next thing we have to face. That was really smart. Framing the fact that she kind of danced around the vaccine mandate and didn't walk it back, but she tread lightly, which I think also is very smart politics. And then she tied herself into knots to give everyone credit for the vaccine rollout except Charlie Baker. So I think those were pretty telling.
So, hell of a job. 4 words that may not endear Charlie Baker to his own party, but sure helps if he's running for re-election next year. Does President Biden's words for Governor Baker in a video meeting this past week have any legs, Ginny?
Well, if Governor Baker runs for re-election again, we will see that in many, many ads on our television sets. It was a dagger, I think, to the hopes of Democrats who want to use the pandemic politics against him.
Marianne, agree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the part it'll be in an ad in everybody's home, no matter who he runs against. But the key to that is unenrolled women, right? Charlie Baker's ability to win 2 terms has been on unenrolled women, getting them into a Republican primary, keeping them for the November general election. If Maura Healey runs, then there's a premium on that. And you heard her talk about Charlie Baker's bumpy performance throughout this. And, it looks like we'll finish strong, but bumpy throughout. And yes, that ad could help, but it's not a silver bullet.
The largest offshore wind farm soon begins construction 12 miles off the Vineyard. 86 turbines got the okay from the Biden administration after decades of delays. Ginny, let me start with you. Is this clean energy or the slow death of the commercial fishing industry? What is it?
Well, first of all, what strikes me is the death of Senator Ted Kennedy. This would not have happened if he was still around. He held up that Cape Wind project almost single-handedly for all those years. And I think the job now is to hold this project to its promises. Will it create the jobs that they say it's going to create? Will it create manufacturing jobs? Because a lot of these parts aren't even made here. Will it really fuel 400,000 homes? I mean, I think there's a lot at stake in their credibility in coming to the table.
Marianne, what's your read?
It's both today, and I question whether it has to be an either-or proposition. It certainly reads like that everywhere you look, and they talk about retraining fishermen for jobs and stuff. We should be able to do both. If we could put together a COVID vaccine in record time, put somebody in Mars, certainly we can have clean energy through wind farms and keep commercial fishing. And I think that should be the goal, not already talking about retraining fishermen like you did with tobacco growers and others.
Congressman Steve Lynch was on fire this week at an oversight hearing when former Defense Secretary Christopher Miller tried to walk back former statements on Trump inciting January 6 rioters. Take a listen.
Reclaiming my time again for your written testimony for today, this morning. You stated the following about the president's quote: "I personally believe his comments encouraged the protesters that day." That was this morning. So this is a very recent reversal of your testimony.
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous to lose Lynch if that Postmaster General job is ever offered, Marianne?
He'd be great at Postmaster General. I will miss these exchanges because nobody's better at them than Steve Lynch, and it's usually when you see him is during some of these hearings. He has the most memorable moments. But I think as long as he's in Congress and running in that district, he'll keep winning because he's really good at it in constituent services. Even though Southie, Quincy, Brockton, that district starts to look very, very different now, and we'll see what happens in redistricting.
Ginny?
I mean, that's the South Boston iron worker we've come to know and love, and obviously it would be a huge loss to the delegation if he leaves, and a huge gain for the Biden administration, kind of like Marty Walsh was.
Next item is a little stream in the Boston mayoral race. The Boston Globe doesn't agree, but Annissa Essaibi-George says that she is a candidate of color and held a presser with former Boston Police Commissioner William Gross endorsing her. Her mother is from Poland. Her father is from Tunisia. Ginny, let me start with you. Does this matter in the Boston mayoral race this fall at all?
I mean, talk about ridiculous. Let's hope this isn't the debate that drives the mayoral race. Let's hope it's more about who's going to actually do police reform in a responsible way. And I think the endorsement by Gross was a huge feather in her cap.
Ginny, does it matter in the mayoral race?
Well, 55% of all Bostonians are people of color. Everybody in the mayoral race in Boston is a person of color. It makes a big difference. And so what you're going to have is a debate for the mayor's office on policy and positions by all candidates of color. And that makes a big difference. And when a person of color is finally elected in Boston as mayor, that's going to change politics here. It's going to change the city. But I will say, the way Onissa Asabi-George is trying to differentiate herself is to a more conservative tactic and embracing the Boston police. And I think that's going to come back to haunt her. She thinks that she's trying to thread a needle here. Willie Gross, why did he leave again? Deal with Marty Walsh, wasn't feeling well, got a health issue, moving to South Carolina. You know, White's still out there sitting there. We'll see what happens with him. And then you have Patrick Rose. So I'm not sure. It may get you votes and she's raising money amongst the Boston police, but I'm not sure it's smart politics.